In this episode of Dig In, I'm going to show you 5 different ways that you can plant bulbs. You can use bulbs in so many different ways around your landscape, in your gardens, and in containers as well. That's why I love bulbs. They're super easy to plant and they're very valuable, which is why I love them. What do I mean by valuable? Well, they add a lot of value because you can get a bag of 40 daffodil bulbs like I'm gonna plant today, and you can get those for anywhere between 20 and 30 bucks. You know, very, very affordable, and I get 40 plants. You can plant them in so many different ways, and I'm gonna show you 5 of the easiest ways to get them into your landscape or even into containers. So here's my big bag of 40 daffodil bulbs. I love daffodils. They're very easy to grow. It's kind of the indestructible bulb. So that's what we're gonna plant. They like to be planted right about 5 to 6 inches deep. So I've got 5 different methods. The first one that I'm gonna show you is a hand trowel. Now you can get 2 different sizes of hand trowels, your typical hand trowel or a transplanter. One's just a little bit skinnier. What I love about these is they have the inch markings typically on them, and so it'll tell you how deep. These measure at about 4 inches. We wanna go to 5 to 6, so we just need to dig the hole a little bit deeper. It's really easy to use a hand trowel in a looser soil. So this area's got a little bit of a looser soil, so I'm just gonna dig and plant my bulbs, always pointed side up. So it's a very easy process, then just cover them up. And that's how you use a transplanter to plant bulbs. The next one is a bulb planter. These come in 2 different variations. You can either get the handheld one or the step one that's got the long handle. I like both. They work very, very well. Again, good for a little bit more compacted soil, but a little bit looser too is what you like. I like to have the soil a little bit on the moisture side because it tends to stick into the bulb planter a little bit better. So the first one I'm gonna use is the handheld. You just push it down with a little bit of force. This one's got a cool function because you can squeeze the handle and it actually loosens the soil and drops it back out. So it's a really easy way of getting the soil out. So all you gotta do is drop your bulb pointed side up, and then you just drop the soil over top of the hole, and it's as easy as that. The next one is the long-handled bulb planter. This one you can push down, so it's a little bit easier for more compacted soils because you can use the force of your body weight on top of the step. So you can step it down, just give it a little bit of a wiggle, and then you pull it out. Now to get the soil out, what you gotta do is plant your next hole. So you drop your bulb in, you push it into the next hole, and the excess soil comes out of the top, and then that is what you use to backfill over top of your bulb. Very, very simple, easy way of using a bulb planter to plant your bulbs. The next way of planting bulbs is using a shovel. I like a round point because it's easier to dig with, whereas a square point shovel is a little bit more for edging and different purposes. But for a round point shovel, you just dig a trench or a area about 6 inches deep. So I'm just gonna pour all of these bulbs into the hole and then just arrange them with the pointed side up, and then just cover them up, and it's as easy as that. This is a great way to do mass planting with bulbs. You can do them in trenches, you can do them in swales, in different shapes. You can surround them. It's a lot of fun, and it's super, super easy, and you get a lot done in no time. The next one is probably my favorite. This is an auger drill bit. It's really easy. You can use this on a corded drill or a cordless drill. I've got a cordless drill because that way I can use it anywhere around the landscape. It's very, very easy and very effective. You'll see this thing in action. It goes through a lot of soil very, very quickly, and it's easy to get to the right depth very quickly. So I can plant these 5 bulbs in no time. Just drill them in, drop your bulbs in, and then just cover them up. Very, very simple and very effective, and you can use these augers in many different ways around the yard, whether you're planting smaller plants or other types of starter plants. All right, and then the last one is if you don't have tools, maybe you don't have a lot of yard space, you can plant bulbs in containers. It's super, super easy. Add a little potting soil to this pot right here that I have. I'm gonna drop a bunch of bulbs down the bottom about 5 to 6 inches deep, cover them up with a little bit of soil, and then you can even plant pansies on top. You can plant anything. You can just cover it up with soil all the way and then wait for your surprise in the spring or summer, whenever your bulbs bloom. These daffodils will bloom in the spring and they'll pop up right through these pansies, and then you've got a really pretty container. So you can plant bulbs even if you don't have yard space. Hope you enjoyed this video about planting bulbs. They're so fun and easy to use. Let us know how you plant your bulbs. Leave some comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.